Hey, Jeff Koziatek here on Rising Tide, and I speak on value. There are a lot of people out there that, like me, they're they're chasing the next object. Now we got to go over here. Now we have to get this. Now we have to do that. Now we have to get this, and they're never present. As a kid, I loved baseball, wanted to play baseball. Then I had somebody steal that dream from me. Years later, I would get a chance to throw out the first pitch at a St. Louis Cardinals baseball game. Super excited. I'm finally on the mound where I always wanted to be as a kid. I'm throwing out a pitch, granted, dressed as a wizard, but I'm throwing out the pitch. I'm having a great time, and then I move on to the next thing. The only reason I know that I did that and that I was having a good time is because there were photos taken of the moment, and I was smiling. At the time, my value was totally tied to what I did.
Right.
I am the entrepreneur. I am the artist. I am the performer. I'm the producer. And so it was just, what's the next step? What's the next step? And I was never able to just relax and really enjoy the moment and the experience. And frankly, I that frustrates me. I'd love to be able to go back and do that over. So what I want to do is help people be present, not only their business, but in their personal relationships with their spouse, with their kids. And so I do that through keynotes. I do that through one-on-one coaching and some books. That's me.
So if you had to speak to somebody and specifically about finding their value, you kind of touched on it in that quick summary there. So what's the first thing? Is it living in the moment? Is it understanding where you are versus, you just you're always on to the next thing? Is it being present in the moment? How would you describe those?
The first step towards finding intrinsic value?
Yeah, just your worth, your value.
It would be through engagement. I often talk about the 4 E's of engage, equip, empower, and encourage. And I would say the first step is to engage yourself. It's like the mirror gate in the Never-Ending Story. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but there's a point in the film where the hero Atreyu approaches this gate, and off in the distance you have Falcor, the luck dragon, and the old wise sage, and they're watching. And the Falcor says, "Oh, this will be super easy. He's got this." And the old wise sage says, "Oh no. This is where people are confronted with their true selves, and most men run away screaming." Like that piece of truth, I think is universal. Most people won't take time to engage with themselves and take an honest look at what's going on. I want to encourage people to take that step with courage. If you need somebody to walk with you, there are coaches out there, counselors, therapists, take a look, figure out who you are as a human being, apart from what you do, apart from your failures, apart from your successes and mistakes, all of that. Who are you just as a human being? What do you value? And what are you here to do? And how are you here to do it? That is the vision and mission thing. It starts there. And then from there, you take off, you equip yourself with what you need to move forward, to succeed, to take risks. And then you empower yourself. You give yourself a chance to make mistakes without judgment, because you know that the mistake is not who you are.
Well, Jeff, those are outlined probably in much more detail in your book, Blueprint for Value. So where can somebody get a copy of your book right now?
They can get a copy on my website, coreauthenticity.com.